Royale World Cup. This match is going to be between Nateisland and Rawwrawwry. Starting on the North American server, we will have a demo match first, and then we will progress to the scoring matches. The second server will be AS1. Nateisland lost their first match versus multi-role talent 15-10. And Rawwrawwry lost their first match versus Tuki 13-15. So this is to determine who gets kicked out of the tournament entirely and who progresses on through the losers bracket. The chance to rejoin the championship if they win the entire bracket. As these games are split between the AS1 and NA1 servers, both competitors will have significant lag on their away server. The question is who will be able to deal with the lag better. Here we go for their first demo match. Nate starts off with color advantage, Rawwrawwry running around to pick up size advantage. Moving very fluidly, comes up with color advantage in the corner. Nate heads for the red, gets there before Rawwrawwry, and takes the match. Takes the first demo match. And here we go for the first scoring match. Nate starts off with color advantage. Rawwrawwry headed for the cluster of pips in the side. Going back with size advantage as Nate goes for the blue and the yellow, pushing Rawwrawwry back towards the pips. A red appears that Nate feints for, but Rawwrawwry picks up first. Rawwrawwry has size advantage. He keeps swapping colors for color advantage. Nate picks up the rest of the colors. Rawwrawwry goes critical and Nate takes the point. 1-0 Nateisland. Nate starts off with color advantage, but picks up color disadvantage to deny Rawwrawwry the blue. They're both collecting reds. No blues are on the field. Nate's going for the yellow, trying to change the field a bit more. Still no blues. Rawwrawwry has size advantage and all the rest are yellows. Oh, he's going to guard that blue from Nate. Nate's going to make a run somewhere. He goes around the edge. Rawwrawwry picks up the yellow, gets size disadvantage. Nate keeps him on the edge and takes the point. 2-0 Nateisland. Nate starts off with color advantage, but Rawwrawwry's headed for the red. Ends up pushing Nate into his own red. Nate has that blue. He's going to come back, but Rawwrawwry's got the yellow in the corner. Rawwrawwry picks up the red before Nate even changes off of blue, but comes back with a yellow. Not much to change, but a blue appears. Rawwrawwry picks up the blue, Nate picks up the yellow, and Nate has size advantage, pushing Rawwrawwry into the darkness. Nate avoids that pip so the field doesn't change. Now Rawwrawwry is stuck with no options. Nate knows. Rawwrawwry goes for a quick static boost, but goes nowhere, and Nate takes the point. 3-0, Nate Island. Nate starts off with color advantage, pushing Rawwrawwry into the yellow. Rawwrawwry's picking up pips, maintaining size advantage. Gains color advantage and wants to guard those blues from Nate. Nate's got the red. Rawwrawwry grabs the blue in response, pushing Nate towards the blue in the circle. Nate gets size advantage, but he does not. Nate's got to run out into the darkness. Rawwrawwry pursues. Nate comes back into the circle. Gains size advantage as Rawwrawwry loses size to the darkness. Rawwrawwry comes in with the red, force Nate to get a yellow, but Nate returns to red. Now Rawwrawwry has color advantage, pushing Nate out towards the dark. Nate goes critical, and Rawwrawwry takes the point. 3-1, Nate. They both start off the same color, both headed for the yellows in the center. Nate has a size advantage, and maintains it through a boost. Rawwrawwry goes critical, and Nate takes the point. 4-1, Nate. Once again, they're both the same color. Nate picking up color disadvantage to have size advantage. Headed for the yellows that have appeared on the field. Rawwrawwry running around the edges, trying to change it. A red appears behind him. Nate drifting towards the other red as Rawwrawwry goes for the yellow, but Nate tags him before he can get to it and takes the point. 5-1, Nate. Both the same color again. Rawwrawwry has a yellow, but he picks up a red instead, trying to deny it to Nate. Nate doesn't want to pick up that red in the darkness because Rawwrawwry has the blues, but he has to. Rawwrawwry pushes him out to the dark. Nate makes Rawwrawwry go yellow, but Rawwrawwry returns to red. Blue appears that Rawwrawwry defends as Nate goes critical in the dark. Nate's making a runaround. Rawwrawwry's trying to keep him out of the circle. Nate goes critical and Rawwrawwry takes the point. 5-2, Nate Island. Now we're going to move over to the Asian server, where Rawwrawwry will have the ping advantage. Let's see if Nate can do as well as on AS1 as Rawwrawwry did on NA1. First match on the Asian server is also going to be a demo. Looks like Nate's getting his ping legs, learning the timing and the reaction. Here we go with the first scoring match of this server. They both start with the same color, but Rawwrawwry has the red pips. Nate making a long run for the blue, but Rawwrawwry cuts him off. Nate goes critical in the darkness, and the darkness consumes him, giving Rawwrawwry the point. 5-3, Nate. Rawwrawwry starts off with color advantage, but there's too many reds in the middle. A blue appears, which Nate's headed for, keeping Rawwrawwry in that corner. Rawwrawwry moves around for the yellows, picking up the red to force Nate into a yellow. Nate's hiding behind it, doesn't want to change color. Rawwrawwry responds by grabbing size advantage in red and guarding that blue. Now they're playing peekaboo behind the pip as the darkness closes in. Rawwrawwry decides to take the yellow, but a yellow appears behind Nate, giving Nate the advantage. Rawwrawwry comes back in with size advantage. Nate pushes him out into the dark. Rawwrawwry is giving Nate a choice. He can pick up the red, which Rawwrawwry will pick up the blue, or he can get hit by a larger yellow. Darkness makes the choice for them. Nate goes critical and Rawwrawwry takes the point. 5-4, Nate. Both start out with the same color, Nate picking up color advantage as the darkness closes. Rawwrawwry gets a lucky color advantage and grabs size advantage to take the point. 5-all. Nate starts off with color advantage. Rawwrawwry picking up color advantage as Nate grabs the yellow. Point counterpoint for these color changes. Rawwrawwry's going after the blue. The yellow appears in between, which Rawwrawwry defends. Nate goes critical and Rawwrawwry ducks into the darkness to take the point. 6-5, Rawwrawwry. They both start off the same color. Lots of blues and yellows on the field. Rawwrawwry has more pips and size advantage. Nate tries to make a run and Rawwrawwry doesn't let him. 7-5, Rawwrawwry. Rawwrawwry starts off with color advantage. Nate goes critical, running for a pip, and Rawwrawwry takes the easy point. 8-5, Rawwrawwry. This is going to be the last game on the Asian server before we switch back to North America. Rawwrawwry starts off with color advantage. Blue's behind him. Nate runs through the pip to grab the red. Rawwrawwry's guarding that yellow, but Nate comes around the corner. Nate goes critical. No, Nate loses size advantage, goes critical, and Rawwrawwry takes the point. 9-5, Rawwrawwry. Alright, Nate starts off with color advantage. Rawwrawwry heads for the pip, but Nate takes the point. Nate has color advantage and size advantage as Rawwrawwry has that red. Nate stops him from going for the yellow, but Rawwrawwry hides behind the yellow up top. Nate doesn't want to change color because Rawwrawwry will have color advantage, but Nate does have that blue pip. Looks like he's going to let the darkness close in and do the work for him. Rawwrawwry bursts through the yellow to give Nate a hit. Rawwrawwry grabs the red that appears in between first. Nate's stuck out in the dark, trying to come back in, but there are no blues on the field. Rawwrawwry does a quick pursuit, but thinks better of it. Nate comes in with size advantage, but has to dodge that yellow. Grabs the blue on the edge of the circle. As Rawwrawwry responds with the yellow, they're both in the darkness now. Nate nursing those pips, waiting for the field to change a bit more. The blue appears in the middle of the circle, which kind of defeats Nate's plan, but Nate picks up the red. Still stalling for time. As the circle moves Rawwrawwry towards more pips. Oh, the blue appears. Nate grabs the blue, the red, and then takes the point. 9-7, Rawwrawwry. Nate grabs color disadvantage as Rawwrawwry bursts through for size advantage. Nate going along the top, Rawwrawwry guarding those cache of pips. Nate goes critical and Rawwrawwry takes the point. 10-7, Rawwrawwry. Rawwrawwry starts off with color advantage, but grabs size advantage instead as Nate heads for those yellows. Nate guarding the pips, but Rawwrawwry makes it through. Comes back with yellow as Nate turns blue. Nate has the red. Rawwrawwry is picking up the blue in the face of the darkness. Makes a run for the red, but Nate picks it up first, and then the yellow, and takes the point. 10-8. Rawwrawwry. Some good sportsmanship between the players. Rawwrawwry starts off with color advantage. Nate has the yellow, and he runs through. Rawwrawwry going critical, and Nate taking the point. 10-9, Rawwrawwry. They both start out the same color. Rawwrawwry loses the random impact at the beginning, but takes the blue and then waits behind the red for Nate to make a move. Decides to burst through the red for the size advantage. Nate hiding behind those two yellows. Rawwrawwry takes the yellow himself, but ends up with size and color disadvantage. Goes out into the darkness to grab the red. A yellow appears, letting Rawwrawwry escape back into the darkness. Coming back in with color advantage, but Nate grabs size advantage as he comes. Rawwrawwry going out, coming in with red. Nate keeping him out of the circle, trying to protect his pips. Rawwrawwry can't get to the pip in the darkness, and Nate takes the point. 10-all. One more match here on the North American server. Rawwrawwry gets color advantage as Nate grabs the yellows. Nate goes around the red, knocks Rawwrawwry critical, and takes the point. 11-10, Nate, as we move back to the Asian server. Or stay on the North American server. Alright, so we are moving to the Asian server. Rawwrawwry starts off with color advantage. Nate has plenty of blues on the field. Goes around the blue to pick up the red, pushing Rawwrawwry towards the other blue. Rawwrawwry goes around the pip. Nate has size advantage as Rawwrawwry picks up the reds. Rawwrawwry grabs the yellow, knocks Nate critical, and takes the point. 11-all. Fairly hesitant game, possibly due to the paint. Rawwrawwry starts off with color advantage, but Nate grabs the yellow in between. Cannot stop Rawwrawwry from picking up size advantage as more pips appear. Nate grabbing the blue and the yellow to get size advantage, but Rawwrawwry has his own yellows, and the darkness is pushing Nate in. Not many options on the field. Nate's got to go out into the darkness to try and change up something. He's stalling at the pips, trying to tempt Rawwrawwry to come out to him, but Rawwrawwry can sit nicely in the circle and just wait. A red appears. Nate goes for it. Rawwrawwry gets the blue to knock him critical, and Nate avoids but still dies to the darkness. 12-11, Rawwrawwry. Nate starts off with color advantage, Rawwrawwry bursting through the center yellow. Nate coming back with a blue. But Rawwrawwry's got a yellow right next to him. Tries for a static swoop that doesn't really go anywhere, but Nate grabs the yellow and Rawwrawwry grabs the red. Nate getting blue and Rawwrawwry picking up a yellow. Rawwrawwry makes a long run for the blue, gets there before Nate. Nate goes critical and Rawwrawwry takes the point. 13-11, Rawwrawwry. Rawwrawwry starts off with color advantage, running for the red in the center, but Nate's drifting towards the blue. Rawwrawwry picks up blue, hasn't quite picked up the yellow yet, as Nate picks up the yellow. Rawwrawwry headed for the red, but hiding behind it this time. Rawwrawwry grabs red and blue, as Nate has the yellow. Rawwrawwry grabs the yellow, gives Nate a hit on his way, gets size advantage, only blues on the field. Nate's going to have to change it up if he wants to find a red. Right now he's hiding behind the blue as the darkness closes in, then recedes. Both seem content to wait. The pip will disappear soon enough. Rawwrawwry knows that darkness is going to push Nate out. Nate gets the red that he was looking for, but can't come in with it. Rawwrawwry gets a red in the circle, hasn't picked it up yet. Comes back with blue. Nate not getting killed as he goes out in the darkness, but Rawwrawwry grabs the pip that Nate was headed for and takes the point of the game. 14-1, Rawwrawwry. Possible match point. $14-11. Rawwrawwry starts off with color advantage. Nate headed for the red, but misses, goes critical, and Rawwrawwry takes an easy point as well as the match. 15-11, Rawwrawwry. Congratulations, Rawwrawwry. Moving forward in the losers bracket, and Nateisland is eliminated. Don't miss the next match coming up in 3 hours. The Mutante versus Just Some Guy.
I love flowers. I love plants. Flora.